What's up, guys? Zan from the Madden YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to show you finally the one-stop resource for how to effectively lab in Madden. Yes, there have been a million videos on YouTube about how to lab. None will go into as much detail as this one is, I assure you. But before we get into the video, please do me a quick favor. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Also, make sure you guys take the time to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the uploads coming your way here on the Zan Madden YouTube channel. Now, if this resource isn't enough for you to lab effectively on your own, or you just want to take your game to the next level in Madden 22, go check out my strategy site, gridirongameplans.gg. Gridiron Game Plans is your one-stop source for all things competitive Madden. Every week in our Vault Update, we take a look at the meta, or the most effective tactics available being used by pro Madden players on the MCS circuit, breaking down not only how and why the pros do what they do, but most importantly, how you can counter those metas when you face them in online gameplay. On top of that, your subscription includes every single offensive and defensive game plan released on the website while your subscription is active. And you guys can take advantage right now of our Madden 22 pre-sale. We are offering a full year. That's $120 value for $75, and that will include access to our brand new Discord for site members coming in Madden 22. So definitely go and check it out. Now, let's go ahead and kind of get into what we're looking at when it comes to effectively labbing. So when we go ahead and take a look at this here, you're going to want to start off with two controllers. The right side is going to be your offensive controller. The left side will be your defensive controller. Now, when you guys go into this, you'll definitely want to make sure that you're testing your offense that you are labbing on the correct difficulty. Now, this is very, very important because on All Pro, you're going to notice that there are certain thresholds that exist that move when you move them to All Madden. When I'm talking about this, I'm talking about things like spin move and other ball carrier move thresholds. Typically speaking, you get better animations on the lower ratings when you're playing on All Madden, whereas your thresholds are going to be a little bit higher on All Pro. This is for a number of reasons. Obviously, MUT is mostly All Pro. They want to make sure that the best cards have the best ratings, obviously, and that they get the best ball carrier moves where you get a little bit more bang for your buck on All Madden. Now, if you guys want help with these thresholds, again, go check out Gridiron Game Plans. We'll take care of you guys the entire year, letting you know where thresholds exist, if they exist, and why they exist. So once you have decided to go into practice mode, obviously you're going to want to test against some of the most popular defenses that you're going to see. So go ahead and choose a defensive playbook that is one of the more popular ones. Being that we're on Madden 21 talking about how to prepare for Madden 22, obviously the defense that comes to mind is the 4-6 because of the 3-3-5 and 3-3-5 wide. Now, on the offensive side of the ball, I'm going to make a quick change here. We're going to go to a Hot Route Master, and you're going to choose whatever playbook that you want to run. Now, for me personally, I've been in the spread, but let's go ahead and say, for the sake of argument, that we're running my day one offense in Madden 21, which was the Washington football team offense. So naturally, you're going to go ahead and go into practice mode, and you're wanting to kind of think, how am I going to create my offense? I'm going to go ahead and break this down in 5 steps for you guys, because I think that this will help allow you to check all these boxes, kind of keep your ducks in a row, and create your offense in the most simplistic fashion. So when we go ahead and go over to this, let's go ahead and start with rule number 1, Hashmark Dependency. Hashmark Dependency basically refers to where the ball is spotted in your offense. So if I were to go ahead and choose a formation here, it doesn't really matter for this video. Let's go ahead and choose, say for instance, the gun bunch offense. The gun bunch offense is a very, very Hashmark dependent offense, and it has been all year long, and it's been that way throughout basically eternity when you're talking about Madden. So when you start to talk about players that are running their bunch, they run it Hashmark dependent, which means that the bunch is to the wide side. In practice mode, to move the ball to a hash mark, you're going to click the left stick in and hold it, and then tap the left trigger, and that's going to pop the ball up off the field, and then you can go ahead and move the ball to where you want. I typically will put the ball on one hash mark at the 40-yard line. It gives me plenty of field to work with on the opposite side of the 50, and then you could just add 10 to wherever your ball is being thrown to know the distance of the throw or how far the zone drop went based off of its drop from the 50. Now, rule number 2. When you start to run an offense, you need to make sure that you are checking several boxes. 1, you need a cover 2 beater. 2, you're going to need a cover 3 beater. 3, you're going to need a cover 4 drop beater. You're also going to need a cover 4 quarters and palms beater, and you're going to need a man coverage beater. So those are all very, very important. Those are the base coverages that you're going to find in Madden. So when you take to the field with your team, if you're facing cover 3, you want to make sure that your formation has something that you feel comfortable beating cover 3 with. So whether that's, some sort of one play touchdown setup or whatever it is you're labbing, say for instance, I've got this cover 3 beater right here. Go ahead and snap this ball. You're waiting for this cover 3 beater to get open and you throw this ball outside pass lead for the one play score, right? Okay, so there's your cover 3 beater. Well, I need to also have something that can beat cover 2 out of this same defense. So when we go ahead and go back into our setups here, we choose a cover 2 defense. You're going to want to make sure that you have a play that is able to beat cover 2 from this formation. So now when we go back to the field, again, we are on the same hash mark. We're going to set up a route combo that is going to beat cover 2. Now in the previous play, I didn't use motion. So we're going to go ahead and snap this ball here. And you see that I've got a cover 2 beater that we can also use. Now, of course, this is also going to be something that you need to do against man coverage. So in the event that they go to a man-based defense, you need to make sure that from the same look, you are capable of beating man coverage, whatever that might be. So, say for instance, the hot routes that beat man, corners, zigs, option routes, skinny posts, double moves. Those are all routes that can beat man to man. So when you're labbing and looking at your offense and you take a look in your instant replay, make sure that you know the routes within the formation that you are labbing that beat man to man. So as we go in here to instant replay and take a look, we take a look at the man coverage here and we see how many of these routes actually beat man. Well, we see the zig one, we see the corner one, we see the option route one, and it looked like these 2 other routes didn't win. So maybe you take a look and you decide, maybe we go ahead and put them on something else. So then you go ahead and go back into your labbing process and you change those routes up until you find something comfortable to put the two receivers that didn't beat man on, until you've got 5 routes on the field that can beat man. Now, this is very, very, very important. Once you basically check all these boxes, you've got cover 2, cover 3, cover 4, your quarters and match, variants, and also your man coverage under beat. Let's go ahead and talk about motion. If you decide to use any motion in your offense to check a box, so say for instance, you've got a cover 3 beater that you like that utilizes motion of a streak route. So again, we are in cover 3 here, and you motion this player to the outside. If you use this motion to beat cover 3, you must then make sure that you are checking every single box again with that same motion. The reason that you have to do that, and I cannot stress this enough, this is where I see most players lose ball games when I'm watching Twitch or watching MCS, is you can pick up on tells. Smart players will pick up on the tells in your offense. Very, very easy to tell that somebody only beats cover 2 when they motion a certain receiver, or only beats cover 3 as it pertains to the play that we just ran when you motion a certain receiver. So now, because I have a cover 3 beater that used motion of that B receiver, I also need to make sure that I have a cover 2 beater that uses motion of that same receiver. Now, it could be the exact same route combination that I used to beat cover 2. Just make sure that you show them for the purpose of making sure that they, are not easily telling what you want to do right away, that you show that same motion from time to time when you know you are attacking cover 2. It also needs to be applied to beating man coverage, cover 4, match coverage. You get the drift. If you use motion to do any one thing, whether it's beat cover 2, cover 3, cover 4, you must then use that same motion in a setup that beats all the other coverages to keep your opponents honest. That's going to set us up with the run game. When we go back to our run game, depending on what you are in, shotgun or under center, you must have a run game, and it can either be a quick snap run game that uses no motion, like I started this scheme off in, trying to show you guys, beaters without motion, or your run game needs to utilize motion. Now, this is where I want to kind of transition out of shotgun, because I think most players just quick snap their shotgun runs. And I want to go ahead and talk about, maybe some under center stuff. So Let's say, for instance, you decide that you want to run the Strong H Pro, and you have an offense that utilizes, a passing play that maybe utilizes motion of some sort. Maybe you put this receiver on a C route, and you motion him across the formation, and you snap the ball, right? And this is like a cover 4 beater for you or whatever, and you're able to throw the B receiver open, right? If you use that motion to beat cover 4, you obviously are using that motion in a setup that beats cover 2, cover 3, and man coverage, correct? Well, you also want to make sure that you are using that motion to help your run game. So if we use that motion, we can add to the box count by snapping the ball here and allowing ourselves an extra blocker up the middle that can help pick off a safety that might be playing downhill in the run game, or pick off a slot receiver, or seal a middle linebacker on an outside run like a stretch. You guys get the drift. Now, this is where under center or shotgun, this rule also applies. If they are in man coverage and you are running a run to the left and you think it is zone, but you go to motion and you notice that somebody immediately travels across the formation, that is a very simple tell that is man, and you do not want to bring an extra defender towards the point of attack. Motion that receiver back. Really, really important to remember that, because now you see that corner runs to the opposite side of where we're trying to attack, and then we can run to the left. Now, obviously, run scheme and how the combo blocks work, that also applies. That is within your labbing process. But keep that in mind, that the motions that you use in the pass game can also help to assist in terms of box count for your run game, but you want to avoid causing players to travel. It is not good when you're running a player to help block at the point of attack and he pulls an extra defender along with him in motion. Keep that in the back of your mind. Extremely, extremely important. Now, hopefully this video is helping a lot of you guys. If you guys are enjoying this video, please make sure that you guys are following me on all my social media accounts. It's Zan Madden everywhere you guys go: TikTok, Twitter, Twitch. Obviously, you guys are here on the YouTube channel. And again, make sure you guys are checking out gridirongameplans.gg. I've got a lot planned for Madden 22. Again, take advantage of that pre-sale offer. We are running it until the 19th of August, right before the game drops on the 20th. So you guys can get a full year of content for just $75. Again, guys, every offensive and defensive game plan, weekly vault updates on next gen, all current gen content that drops on the website, and access to the Discord server, which is coming very, very soon. So make sure you guys take advantage of that. Now, I want to wrap this up with how you guys are going to start to take that next step out of practice mode from your labbing and go ahead and take this online. The first step that I would suggest for you guys is to make sure that you guys are going and playing regs. I think regs is a great starting point. This is no disrespect to my regs players out there. I know that there are some great regs players that can do just fine in a comp scene. I know that there are legend level Madden players that only play regs for cash games on, sites like Saloon or Players Lounge, right? But in general, I find that regs is a much more relaxed environment. You're going to run into a few less sweats, and you're going to run into, a bit more vanilla coverages. This is going to help you establish those passing concepts that I just showed you, whether you're using motion or not. You're going to be able to run your offense, and you're going to have a little bit of room for error where, probably not going to lose too many games, even if you make mistakes in regs running a new offense, right? Now, that brings me to my next point. Winning and losing isn't everything when you're labbing an offense. You're going to end up taking this into MUT. And at that point in time, you guys need to forget about the scoreboard. You're going to start to graduate into a little bit more complex schemes defensively. You're still going to see some of the base coverages, but then you're just going to start to run into some meta stuff, right? The stuff that we talk about every single day here on the YouTube channel, the stuff we hyper focus on Gridiron Game Plans to make sure it's never a problem for you guys. You're going to lose running a new offense against the meta. You're going to screw up. Your opponent's going to bait things. You're going to make mistakes. That's okay. There is nothing in life that you improve at without learning the hard way first. Very, very few people can just ascend to the top without making mistakes. We all fail upward is what I'm trying to tell you guys. Do not be afraid to lose. Do not use the scoreboard as a dictator of what you need to do when you are in the labbing process. You're running a new offense. Your opponent's trying to win a game. You're trying to improve and install. Two completely different goals. You might lose the game on the scoreboard, but come away the victor because you have improved and installed an aspect of your offense that you were lacking. So please ignore the scoreboard, stick to your script, and expect to fail upwards. That is how everybody learns. You don't learn how to throw the one-play touchdown without having first thrown the interceptions that looked open initially that teach you to then throw the one-play touchdowns correctly, right? So please understand that that is something that is very, very important when you guys are labbing your offense. Now, I hope this video was beneficial for you guys. Obviously, you know, there is some nuance to labbing. There is a lot more to the high level thought process of Madden that I will continue to teach you guys here on the YouTube channel. And of course, if you guys want more, you can go check out Gridiron Game Plans. But I wanted to do an offensive video. That's a question I've gotten hundreds of times this year alone, probably thousands of times over my career playing Madden is, you know, how do you lab? What is it that you do to get, you know, better, to develop these schemes? How is it that you can seemingly go from running the Washington playbook to running a spread RPO playbook to running an under center 3 tight end offense all in the same year and it looks, you know, fluid? Well, it doesn't come without failure. And I wanted to share with you guys, you know, what goes through my mind when I'm labbing an offense. And hopefully this video was helpful for you guys. Again, please, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you guys subscribe here to the channel. Check out the TikTok channel. Check out my Twitter for musings, Madden, Bears and Cubs rants, and other nonsense that I post on the Twitter channel. Definitely make sure you guys are watching me on Twitch. I upload here on YouTube in the late morning, early afternoon, but I stream in the afternoon over on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/ZanMadden. Love you guys. Appreciate all the support on the channel. Really looking forward to an awesome Madden 22. Can't wait to share it with you and see what you guys share with me. Let me know what you guys think. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Until then, this is Zan. Get in the lab and good luck.